All right, before we start, all jokes aside, I want to say this. First of all, my grandfather on my Italian side yesterday just turned 95 years old up in Sault Ste. Marie. So I want to say happy birthday to my grandpa. He's my idol. He's an ex-judge, and he turned 95. This guy plays pickleball every day. Literally, when he's cleaning up the beach, you can still see his abs. It's crazy. This guy is a absolute matriarch. He is a king. And I just wanted to take a time out just to say happy birthday to my idol, my grandfather. So happy birthday to you, Ray Stortini. Welcome back, everybody, to the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor podcast. And I'm your host, Mr. L. Hoopo. That's 2 O's, P-O. And Mr. A.Rod, A-R-O-D. And Mr. Max Profit, you better pay me. And yes, we got him back, Mr. J O. And we got a lot to speak about, folks. So let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. What's going on, boys?
What is up?
Yes.
I was about to call tech on you, man. But I'm like, I don't want to ruin the moment, man, because you never had any timeouts to call. So.
Man. So how's everybody doing? The Raptors currently right now, as we record, are playing in OKC in a tight one. They blew a huge lead, and now they're in overtime. So we will keep you updated. Well, you'll already know because this comes out. So yeah. Whatever that means. Anyways, boys, let's jump into the last game, which was on Friday night in Houston at H-Town. And the Raptors got absolutely destroyed. 135 Rockets, 106 Raptors. And I just want to hear one word come out of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. Doesn't matter. A-Rod, hit me. What did you see?
Swift.
Oh, Swift. Robert Swift? Or
No, Taylor Swift, man. Because we are in for a cruel summer, man. Because that meeting was rough, man. I mean... I'm just looking at it. I'm like, come on, guys, please. And you remember last pod I said, please just don't let Jalen Green go off because he's a chucker. Yeah. And he went 0 for 4 from 3, but he still had an efficient game.
14 points.
We had Jakob back for a little bit. I think he played about 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. Our rebounding didn't improve too much, but it was nice to have him back. So at least we get some continuity there. But other than that, that was an ass whooping.
Yeah, it was.
And that was kind of sad. So
Swift. What about you, Max? What you got?
I'm gonna go with Meg the Stallion.
Why is that?
She's from Houston.
Yeah, that's true.
And she got the beef with Nicki Minaj right now, and that's just, I don't know the details of it. I'm not picking no sides or nothing. It's just the whole situation is messy, and the Raptors is messy.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And so I'm thinking, like, we're just messy. We're like, high school girls, college girls, petty beefs, bickering, not getting nothing done. We are messy.
A swift mess. That's what we have so far. What about you, J.O.? What you got?
My word is not but like Yeah, they got two young studs that are coming up there, man. I mean, Jalen Green is Jalen Green, but Thompson and Whitmore both.
Thompson, yeah.
Problems. Whitmore said in one of the interviews, they said, what did you do to sustain that run in the second half? And he said, I felt like the entire second half was a run. And he wasn't lying. Like they never took their foot off the gas. And it's a young team, up and coming, but they look like they're going to be a problem in a few years. Either we look really bad or they are on the precipice of becoming something legitimate because their young talent looks ferocious when they are glued in, and they were glued in on us, and you saw the score, man. So,
I am with you with the Whitmore. I like Whitmore. That guy is a beast. He's a man already. And Thompson as well, yeah. And I think it's a little bit of we looked bad. Raptors looked bad, but at the same time, I think Houston was just, like you said, on the precipice. They are close. That's why they want to go and get a big star now and just kind of fill it out. But
they got Dylan. They got a star.
Keep your Dylan stuff. Wait, it's coming, boy. It's coming. Believe me, it's coming in this
Dylan without dead.
Shout out to Dylan the Villain.
Did you guys notice that Fred VanVleet, he looks completely out of shape now, though. Doesn't he? That bit of that, like living down in Texas, he looks a little bit bigger than he did when he was here. Is it just me, or is that I just haven't seen him?
Money in his pocket, homie. It's all
I didn't notice, but yeah, it's probably the money because when I watch Houston play, he is running the guard.
Yeah, but he's just a little slower, a little bit. The jersey's a little tight, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
He's been slowing down from when he got his contract with the Raptors, though.
Yeah,
he just been like,
he was still. I mean, there was a sense of ferocity here. I mean, I think that the last year he was here, it didn't. Clearly, he was on his way out. He was starting.
Yes, definitely.
He wanted his money. Yeah.
But you I agree with you, man. It looks like he's all right. I'm here. I got my 25, 30, whatever. And sorry,
I'm gonna eat.
40, and he's just the vet. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Teach the young guys and
the cranky vet. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not the 19 Raptor Van Fleet that we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
My word for this game was it's a person, and he's from Houston. Rest in peace, is DJ Screw. Yes, rest in peace, Robert Earl Davis. And I say DJ Screw because it seemed the Raptors took a bit of that purple, drank a little bit of that lean, and they just got real slow, and they just kind of fell and just were done and fell asleep at the wheel. And Houston took advantage of that. Houston was on pre-workout while Toronto was on the lean, and that seemed to be the story. All right, boys. Anything else? I want to hear some notes, A-Rod. I always like your little breakdown. But tell me, what did you see out of this game? What were some of the notes that you can throw out there from this game besides no defense?
Well, my biggest thing with the Raptors the last 3 games was just the rebounding, right? Because we really lacked that presence in the middle without Jakob.
Yeah.
We were running Thad Young at the center for a while. So, like going back to the Chicago game, even the games before that, we looked soft in the middle. Very easy access.
Jelly donut.
Yeah, when Jakob came back, man, I was just interested to see how we were going to play. It didn't change too much. It's probably because he's still on like a minutes restriction, but going forward, it should be better, a little bit more back to the average that we were at before. Because I think we were averaging, we were in the bottom half of the league, like mid to bottom table of rebounding percentages, but with him back, it should be, about average, maybe a little bit more, just depending on the guys kind of play now, right?
Yeah. Anything else from you boys, Max, Jay? What you saw from that game? Some notes.
I've been watching a lot more of the. When I'm at the gym, they show the Raps and 30 on Sportsnet, and you get everything is kind of broken down. And towards the end, when Boban got in there, I'm like, all right, this is this is enough for me, man. I can't. I like him. I absolutely like him. But he's the Brian Scalabrine. Like when he's in there, everyone's gonna cheer for him, and it's gonna be exciting. But that shit hurts to be on the other side of it. That shit really hurts.
Yeah, I've said it before about Brian Scalabrine. Like I'm a ginger, he's a ginger, so we come from that same line, and I am not a Brian Scalabrine fan whatsoever.
Oh wow!
Like I've said, I'm not. I'm on the other side. There's two sides.
I'm on the other side.
This ginger story,
Jeez,
No. Exactly.
No white mamba love. I don't know.
No. I'm on. No, he's on that side with Carrot Top. He's on that side of when I see, like I've said it before, when you see 2 gingers walking down the street as a couple, a girl and a guy, there's something wrong. One of them is sick. I don't know. One of them is taking care of the other. There's something wrong here. He's on that bucket. He would date another ginger girl. Anyways, Scalabrine, get out of here. I don't even know how you made the league. This guy. Okay, yeah, I agree with you though. What about you, Max? Was there anything else you want to throw out there about this game that kind of stung, or something that looked good, something that you've seen?
No, I just wanted to give a shout out to DJ Michael Watts 5000, since we gave a shout out to DJ Screw. DJ Screw stuff was a lot older, so by the time I got hip to Screw, I was going to listen to the newer stuff, so I was listening to Michael Watts. And but shout out to all the folks that still have the classic DJ Screw tape. You know what I mean? Like shout out to all the cats that have those legendary classic tapes.
Like this here.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
yeah. You know what I mean? I missed
That's
that
the
era. I
original
missed
DJ
that
Screw
era.
tape right there.
I didn't know. I
1994.
didn't know Screw at '94. So shout out to all those cats who got that tape, man.
Oh,
Man, I'll tell you something. I listened to a Screw album one time where I took way too many Tylenol night times and a neocitrin. I was about a cup and a half down of neocitrin, and that DJ Screw, that old Pimp the Pen. I don't even remember what tune it was on the album, but I was like, oh, this is good. This is good. I was gone. But my lady was like, you okay? I'm just fine. All right, boys. Well, I think we can get out of that game, huh? It was just
yeah.
Let's get out, man.
good win, Houston. Good win.
Yeah. Houston's one of my favorite teams to watch.
Good win for Coach too over on the Houston side. He needs a win or two here and there. All right, cool. So I said in the last episode, my buddy called Jay. You weren't on the episode, but I had one of my buddies call me that last weekend, and he was like, he had an issue. He called me. He's like, Ben, listen, I was with one girl on Friday. Yeah, I was with two girls, and one of them got itchy, and the other one called me and said she got itchy too. And then I started to get a little itchy. I said, who started this party? I want to know, did A start it, did B start it, or did C start it? So I don't know, right? So he called me, but I had to check in on him. He's like, you put me on the podcast, you put me on blast like that, you talking all this shit about how I got the itch. What if they listen? I'm like, listen, they're not going to listen to the podcast. Yeah, but did you boys check if they had the tonic or the powders at that place you were talking about? I was like, I don't know. Do you know, J.O., of any places around that I may be able to tell him where to go to get rid of the itch, like a powder or like a tonic? What do you boys
I can help you out with that, J.O.
Yeah. Let's help him, buddy.
Handle it, man.
Oh, Popeye supplements.
Okay, all right.
Supplements.
Came to a fork in the road. I didn't know if I should go left. But Popeye, that's the spot to go for everything that you need.
Everything, even an itch.
All that.
Well, you all know what that means. That means this is another edition of This or
That.
Brought to you by Popeye's Supplements. To get rid of that itch, go see Popeye's. All right. So the first one we got here is, this one's funny. So I did my research, as I do every episode, in the city that we're in, the Toronto Raptors are in. And this one I looked up famous blah, blah, blah from the state of Texas and Houston. And I found two fellas from back in the day that I thought, you know what? I wonder who got more ass. So I'm going to ask the boys. Who do you think got more ass? Who partied hard? Who had more fun in their heydays? Patrick Swayze or Keanu Reeves? Keanu Reeves from Toronto, of course, and Patrick Swayze, rest in peace, is from Houston. So who do you think got more play and had more fun? Patrick Swayze or Keanu Reeves?
Oh, man.
And we're talking Matrix Keanu as well. Versus Ghost Patrick Swayze. Who do you got, A-Rod?
Listen, man, I gotta go with Patrick Swayze, man.
Going with Swayze,
Because you know what? For me, it's easy, man. All I gotta say is one word: Roadhouse. That's it. I mean, come on, man. You put Dalton up in that bar, man. The women will come, man. No matter how dangerous it is there.
All right, so you got Swayze. 1-0 for Swayze. Who do you got, Max? You got Swayze or Keanu Reeves?
Oh, come on, man. The culture does not have a rap line for Keanu Reeves. But the culture has a line for Swayze. Like, he is part of the vernacular, you know what I mean? And he did Point Break.
Yeah.
Come on now. The amount of come on. And Keanu looks like a late bloomer. Swayze looks like he jumped off the porch real early.
Yeah, he does.
Swayze looked like he was partying at like 11, 12.
Yeah. Smoking cigarettes at 6. Yeah.
Big cigarettes, beer, the whole shebang. 2 girlfriends.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Shaving.
Wow.
He's probably shaving at 13.
Dad shaving his back for him at 10. This is crazy. Swayze. All right. So 2-0 for Patrick Swayze. Wow. Okay. So what about you, Jay? Who you got? You got Keanu Reeves or Patrick Swayze?
Oh, it's definitely gonna be Swayze, but I'll tell you why. I think the mentality you guys have is correct, but the reasoning why you're giving it to Swayze is a little left. I'm gonna explain why.
All right, break it.
Roger said Roadhouse, and we got Point Break and all those things. Did y'all remember that Dirty Dancing came out in the 80s?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
This 20-something-year-old man was seducing a teenager. Like, you guys, and this was the biggest movie like ever.
Was she a teenager in the movie?
She was knocking on the door, man. So, he went to the parents' house and said, "You can't put her in a box." This man told them, "I'm taking your daughter." And everyone laughed it up. Okay, that's one. Ghost, like him sitting behind Demi Moore with the
clay.
And,
Oh man.
well, guys. He was the like pinnacle of sex symbol. I don't know how. I never saw it. May he rest in peace. But like he was a dude for a very long time. Keanu was a nice guy. Genuine human being. Yeah. He's the kind of guy that wants to go and walk on the beach and talk about poetry. And he's the guy you bring home to your mom. Swayze's
just hitting it.
It's Swayze all day, man. It's not even close.
Oh man! All right, 3-0 for Swayze. You know what's funny? I was gonna. Hey, you just sold me like pretty hard on Swayze right there. Because my mom had that VHS for Ghost, and when he came from behind and started doing the clay with. Yeah, every woman in the entire world started to cry and just was in his palm of his hand.
Yeah, JR has a great point. Like those, like Ghost and Dirty Dancing are like super duper. Like that's Roadhouse and Point Break for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like so, when you can pull that off, like as a Hollywood actor. Yeah, you getting ass. You getting all that.
But I think Keanu probably got some like weird ass from Matrix. You know what I mean? Like some of that like just weirdo stuff, but like probably some pretty freaky stuff. Like I bet you, like he was like having a good time. Like he also hung out with like Johnny Depp and all them boys and stuff like that. But yeah, you know what? I was gonna make a joke about Matrix and this and that, but you can't deny it. Swayze? No.
He's an old school like Hollywood dude. You know what I mean?
That's 4-0. That's a tweet. Look at that.
That's like when there was hunks. Like hunks were a different time in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, he's on some Burt Reynolds, Billy D. Williams, that kind of thing.
Pompadour hair. Come on, man.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
By the way, not to bring a negative, but we should throw it out there. Last episode, it just happened. We brought up Apollo. And last episode, then that night he passed. So yes, rest in peace to our guy Apollo Creed. That was he'll sadly be missed for sure.
And he been around for a long time. I never heard nothing crazy about him. You know how hard that is to be famous and not hear nothing crazy about you.
Carl Brothers was loved. Everyone said he was professional. He it was always a great experience working with him. I was reading some of the tweets. The day it happened and just everything. I mean, when people die, it's glowing, but there's a certain authenticity you can kind of see in the way people describe them and tell stories with them. And everything about this guy was like, he seems like a really good dude to just be around, man. So may you rest in peace. And thank you for the memories.
That scene where in Rocky 1 when they were both in the hospital because they just beat the piss out of each other, and Rock looks over and it's you, Paulo. Paulo's like, yeah. Rock's like, "Did you give me everything? Did you give me you all?" And Apollo's like, "Yeah." It's like that's one of the greatest scenes ever. besides Adrian waking up out of the coma, there's that one right there. And Rock's like, "Yeah, thanks, Apollo." That's just beautiful right there. Anyways,
I love when the Predator when they did the
Dylan,
and they were flexing.
Son of a bitch.
Bang! And it was like, holy shit, these motherfuckers.
At least other women got pregnant from that scene alone, bro.
All right. Speaking of, not speaking of pregnant, but that's another Popeye supplements question. But here we go. This one, we got the street fight, and we got somebody. We got an upcoming legend. We got somebody from the Houston Rockets up in this corner, and the first fighter we got is Mr. Dylan.
I knew it was coming.
Hey, you knew it was coming.
Look at the picture this guy chose too.
Let's go.
Dylan,
let's go.
Yeah, here we go.
Swag on -10, but let's go.
Let's go. So we got Dylan Brooks in this corner against none other than Mr. LeBron James in a street fight. We got LeBron James in a legit street fight against Dylan Brooks.
What a matchup. Ding, 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 ding,
ding. Ding.
You know Rocky IV, man, when they like throw in the damn towel. Somebody throw the damn towel. That's already what's happening as soon as I see this matchup, man. Like Dylan Brooks would kill LeBron James in a street fight. I'm sorry, man. I'm not even a Dylan Brooks guy, but overall, man, come on, LeBron James, man, Mr. Get hit and then cry.
Yeah.
Oh my God! No, man. I can't. Just looking at this guy, I can't, man.
Some unflattering pictures you put.
Well, I hope so. I'm glad. I'm glad. This guy's going to church right here. Look at this guy. What is going on? Get off. Okay, so we got 1-0. No question from you, A-Rod. No question.
No question, man. It's not even close. You could give LeBron a pipe to start, and it still won't happen, man.
Perfect. I'll give him a pipe too. All right. Cool. 1-0. Who's up next? Max, who you got? LeBron or Dylan?
Oh, Dylan would have him all day.
Yes, sir.
Go Canada, go! In the spirit of Dennis Rodman and all the troublemaking players from all the past. I don't know if Dylan is in that category, but he's trying. He's definitely trying.
He's trying hard. Where is he from again? You say he's originally from Scotia, right?
Yeah, yep. He's a Saga dude, but he's got Scotia background.
Makes sense.
And you can see it, right?
It does make a lot of sense.
A lot of dots just started to come together.
All right, so 2-0 Dylan Brooks over LeBron. No questions asked. Who do you got, J.O.?
Now, to be honest, I'm racking my brain here. I think I might go no contest, man.
No contest.
I think both of them guys are going to come out losers. LeBron is the fakest tough guy I've ever seen.
Ever.
He wants to be respected as a strong. I mean, he's a strong dude. But LeBron's never been in a fight.
Nope.
He's never been punched in the mouth. Like, he's never happened. Dylan Brooks has never been in a fight.
Arguments at square one, maybe.
He's definitely been punched in the mouth, though. He's definitely been punched in the mouth.
He's been punched numerous times. Yeah. But in terms of throwing one, I don't know, man. I just think he's an irritant. He's a pest. But they might just have to be separated consistently from grappling and hugging too much, and it'll go to a decision. No contest.
Okay.
Okay, so we got 2-0-1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, for me, this one's real easy. This one's so easy. So basically, Dylan Brooks. Not only is Dylan Brooks gonna win, but like he's gonna go to Gerrard Square first, okay? And what he's gonna do at Gerrard Square, he's gonna go up to that the t-shirt shop by the Walmart, right? And he's gonna get a bunch of blanks. And what he's going to do, he's going to make T-shirts, and he's going to start promoting the fight, right? He's going to get all the guys in Mississauga to wear, all the guys in Scotia to wear, and he's going to get this into this big HBO spectacular thing, right? And he's going to start taking steroids, and he's going to start getting real ready. And LeBron's not going to take it serious because he's just like, I'm LeBron, right? He's got everybody in his ear talking all this, like, LeBron, you're the king. Yeah. Don't worry about Dylan. Once the bell rings, Dylan Brooks is going to have one punch. That's all it's going to take to knock this guy out. And
Rabbit punch.
It's just he's going to just knock his ass out with one punch because I guarantee LeBron's ego can't handle it when he needs to have heart. When he needs to show a little bit of heart, he's forgotten what heart is. So he needs to. So that's when I like. You know what I mean? Like he just.
What you mean.
I can't go on anybody's side who has no heart. And for somebody to go down on their knees like this, like in Boston, or scream and cry when he gets his nose touched by Dylan in the last game, I can't. I'm not even a Dylan Brooks fan. But there's no chance. There's no chance.
You play for the Lakers. You draped the Knicks towel over you to cover up the Lakers logo. Oh my God! You just spinning the whole town. It's crazy. Dylan Brooks all the way, baby.
I know LeBron never went to college, but if he did, he would have gone to Duke, man. He's got that vibe to him.
Oh, damn. That is low.
Can't even front.
Is low, A-Rod.
A-Rod. He probably would have. I can't even
that is low.
He has that pedigree. He's got a little bit of Grace Nell in him. I wouldn't.
You don't think he'd be more of a Michigan State kind of guy?
I feel like Ohio State more than anything, but nah, he mold. He got Duke blue blood in him. Like
wow.
It's like he might be. A-Rod got something going there. I'm not even.
Well, as I was looking through, so that is that's a win for Dylan. So it's 3-0-1, no contest. You're just saying, J.O., they're just going to beat the piss out of each other. It's just going to be beat each other up. So
Oh, beat each other. Come on, dude. Slap fight.
Yeah. I kind of could see that happening too.
Yeah, I respect JL's decision, but I got to go with Dylan.
As I was going through their roster, two guys without me even having to go over their roster, I thought, you know what, I'd love to put these two up to see what you boys think. Who you got? Basically, I'm not saying there's no fight here. It's just who do you got out of these two centers, these two classic centers? We got Yao Ming, classic Yao Ming versus Hakeem Olajuwon. Oh, two centers. I just want to know. I just want your rundown of the two of who you think. Who you got? Who do you got? Hakeem or Yao?
It ain't even close.
So talking
like,
fight.
It's not even
a fight. Still a fight, or are we talking about just talent?
No. Just
basketball.
Yeah, just basketball.
I mean, it's not even.
Oh, just
close,
basketball?
Man. No, not even close. Listen, Hakeem all day, 7 days a week, twice on Sundays.
Yes,
it ain't even close, man. Yao, what he did for the game in terms of like popularity, bringing it from like making it big in China, bringing all the viewers, like getting it big across the world, big time. That's cool. But when it comes to Hakeem, man, you could put Hakeem in like a top 5 ever conversation.
You can.
Like,
yeah. All right, yeah, I'm with you. What about you, Max?
Oh, yeah, definitely Hakeem. I mean, he's still out here charging $50,000 if you want to learn some of this. He is. Like, the dude is a legend. And what he did to David Robinson that year when David Robinson won the MVP, oh my God. Like, and centers just can't play like that no more. Like, they got some moves nowadays, but they don't have the strength with the moves. Like he had old man strength, and then Kevin McHale with style in the post. The dude was one of a kind.
And so much touch.
Yes.
What about you, Jo?
All right. Story time. I like
to. Let's go.
Every time I'm here, I always have a story. I'm starting to feel this is my thing.
Love it.
So I can't remember what year he went into the Hall of Fame. Was that 11, 10? Whenever that was. He was in the city Caravana weekend. Don't know why.
Hakeem was
in the city.
The women.
But so I thought it was the women. He's very active in the Islamic community here.
Okay.
The time he was here with Vince, he became very entrenched in the community, and he's always supporting and donating his time, whatever the case. Sometimes he pops up to a court here and there. Now, I live in some townhouses in Scarborough, and there was a basketball court right behind my spot. Now, I'll mention again, it was Caravana weekend, so for those who don't know, it's a lot of drinking. It's a little crazy. It's a little hectic. I was passed out. My brother calls me walking the dog. He's like, yo, ball court right now. I'm like, for what? He's like, Hakeem Olajuwon's here.
No.
Wow.
I'm like, you a whole bitch. Don't make me get out of bed. Get out of bed after last night. Up there and he's like, yo, he's here. Come check him out. Old KG was on the Celtics. I threw on my KG Celtics jersey. Let's see what this guy's talking about, man. I go out there. Hakeem Olajuwon is just there, just lacing.
Wow.
Nothing. I'm like, yo, like, what are you doing here? He's like, let's play. I'm like,
no.
All right, man. Try. I'm gonna try. Passed out. I like to think if I wasn't home, I would have gave him a game. But you quickly realize the level of talent these guys have. It's like, he was lacing threes like it was. He was standing there and just, hey, nothing but net, no rim, no nothing. And he gave me one shake and I walked away.
Hakeem gave you the shake, man.
Oh, I took one shake and I walked away. It was a baby one. He wasn't even.
Oh yeah. I know he gave you that baby one. You can't give me the full. Yeah, give me the full shake.
He gave me one of these. I launched like that.
You went
So all that to say that my level of respect for Hakeem Olajuwon is untouchable. That guy is a monster. He's great in the community as well, but basketball wise, I got him at 12%, and you would have thought he was playing a preschooler. So I can only imagine what he was like in his prime against these dudes. And what he was doing to him. So it's Hakeem. Sorry, Yao, but you're talking to an absolute GOAT, man.
Man, I don't get muted much. I love your stories, man. That's crazy. That is crazy that you took a shake from
Hakeem Olajuwon.
I still wake up at night.
He sent everybody flying.
That way. You like get knocked out of your bed having a drink.
My wife asked me why I keep waking up on the floor. I'm like, Hakeem.
Well, I'm with all of you guys. I just wanted to throw it up there. There's two different basketball zones, right? With Yao, I respect what he did. What A.Rod, what you said, it was what he did for the game all over the world. What he did, he was a larger than life figure that at the time, he's Chinese. What, huh? What's going on here? I didn't what, and everybody kind of like zipped their mouth like, I don't know, Chinese could get that big. Like they're acting all crazy. Like this is crazy, but and he had some game too. But what Hakeem did and what Hakeem could do at his size, and to go to your point, Max, is just like the slickness that he had, the touch that he had, just the stuff that he could do at his size with the shake. Like you were saying, Jay, I can't believe that you took the shake from Jay. Like that's forever.
That's crazy. That's just
unbelievable.
Ridiculous, man.
And I remember when he came to the Raptors, I was so excited. Like you said, it was like an 18% Hakeem, but still, it didn't matter. I was just, and he's on a lot of people's top 10 lists. You said top 5, Max, or somebody said that. Man. You could argue that. That's what I was just going to say, and which is crazy. He's one of the best big men ever to play the game, and I salute Hakeem Olajuwon for sure, 100%. And man, I'm just a little bit shook the fact that you got to play with Hakeem Olajuwon, man. I'm gonna get over it now.
Yeah, one of my favorite memories. Sadly, we had those flip phones with the really bad digital cameras back then.
Yeah, your photos right here, though.
I had me and him, and then I lost the phone, which pissed me off even more. But it's a memory that lives on forever, man. And I'm a huge fan, and it's something I'm gonna tell my grandkids about.
I find that so cool that when you hear those stories from time to time where a pro guy will end up at some court, local, wherever the city they're in or the city that they are in, they just show up and they start playing with kids. Like, I love that, man. There's some video of Scotty doing that this past summer, just showing up at courts, just playing with kids, and then just rolling back to whatever he was doing. Kids will never forget that.
Lifetime memory, man.
That's what I'm saying. You could be a grown man and never forget that, but imagine a kid you're playing, and then all of a sudden whoever shows up.
It's strange. It's strange the NBA never really set up kind of like that Rucker Park atmosphere in each NBA city. Like, that's something they could have easily done. And street ball is obviously, at least the way we grew up. You had to know how to play street ball and court ball. Like, it was two different things, and you had to know how to do both if you said you played ball, right? I don't know if that's the same nowadays.
No.
Even back then, man, I don't know anybody who's ever played Vince Carter. Like, nobody that I know ever said Vince Carter came to a court and they were
okay. But you had Iverson would go, and Durant and Jamal Crawford. There was lots of guys that would get busy, And
a lot of those guys though that do show up, they show up with cameras. And they show up with the NBA, and these guys like Hakeem showing up. I guarantee there wasn't anybody there from the NBA with him. No, there was no.
That Hakeem situation was super crazy. The only situation I've heard like that was when Jordan first came into the league, and he got written in his contract that he could play on any court he wanted to before the season started. So he would just pop up anywhere in Chicago just playing.
They call it the love of the game clause.
He was just popping up on different places on the south side of Chicago. Just let's go,
man. Well, let's stick it. We'll finish this up here and this or that, and now we're into the shout outs, and now we're into just a little bit of the Houston and a little bit of the Texas shout outs. And the first thing I wanted to say is shout out to Cantino Mobley and Steve Francis, a couple of Houston Rocket legends there.
Yes.
Sorry, that's not.
That's not.
Yeah, that was Rafer. Catino and Steve Francis. You boys have any memories? My memory of Steve Francis is the dunk contest when Vince went off, and he just had that sour look on his face because if Vince wasn't there, Steve Francis had that no question.
Tracy McGrady might have been it.
I was gonna say
Tracy had a nasty first dunk. I still remember it was that lob and that reverse, bring it all the way down. It would have been tight between Tracy and Stevie.
Yes, it would have been tight.
Yeah, that would have been.
I remember that dunk off like it was yesterday because I was on the phone with my boy and we were talking. And back then it was like my house phone with the cord, right? So I dragged that shit all the way to the TV. And as soon as Vince did the dunk, the first dunk he did, the reverse 360 windmill. God. I remember I yanked the cord so hard, my phone had static for the next year, man, because we didn't even replace it. Every time he picked it up, it was like.
I hated those phones where you're trying to get a little privacy and you have to you pulled it as far as it could go and you'd be around the corner like this.
Yeah.
It had the rings, but it was just straight line. Yeah.
Mom, hang up. I'm on the phone.
Yep.
Another shout out is to this guy right here, Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. Now, the reason I'm shouting him out, he's from Houston, Texas, is because of his beard. And my beard, you guys, you've probably, A-Rod, you've seen it. My beard used to be down to this for sure, if not a little bit more. And I used to get stopped a lot, and they used to think, and I wear the hats and everything, like, look at this guy, ZZ Top, ZZ Top.
Okay, you used to get called ZZ Top, huh?
Yeah, so I used to get that from time to time. So shout out to him. I didn't know he was from Texas. And we shouted him out earlier, but I wanted to do it again. DJ Screw, Robert Earl Davis. I am a fan, still am to this day. And I listen, and UGK to finish it off. The Underground Kings.
Rest in peace, Pimp C.
Yeah, pocket full of stones. All right, so that was another edition of This or
That.
Brought to you by Stop the Itch at Popeyes.
Somebody gonna go to Popeyes and be like, "Yo, is this like Shoppers? Because I need some cream."
Is this a pharmacy? So I heard you guys. Do you do AIDS tests here? All right. So now let's go around the NBA. All I had to do on my notes was put LeBron. So LeBron. What's going on here with LeBron and the Lakers? I wanted to hear you boys take, like, what is going on here? Is this boy just like, what's going on? Going on?
He's doing what he usually does, man. He's gonna get somebody shipped out. Get somebody fired for sure, and then we're gonna hear about how the Lakers are going on a run. We'll conveniently forget about everything that happened, and then in the off season there'll be garbage again, and it'll just keep recycling as long as he's there, man. This is just what he does, man. This is just what he does. I mean, he's traded away countless guys from the team, man.
So crazy.
Say whatever you want to say about the guy. Like, he's a phenomenal player, but, like, the things he does off the court are just so ridiculous. And he's got the best PR team in the biz, man. You cannot find any bad press, any bad, like, clips of him, anything. You got to go on the dark web, man.
Well, on YouTube is all over the place. But, yeah, mainstream for sure.
But I don't even think it's, like, there is no bad press because he's not a bad person. He's not a bad guy. Like, my beef with LeBron is not about him as a human being. Like
I don't know.
Great role model, great father, great family figure. Does a lot for his community. I mean, his outside of basketball personality is spotless. I commend him for that. My beef with him will continuously always be about the person he is and his identity on the basketball court. The way he carries himself on his team, the way he tries to undermine coaches. Thank God Miami didn't end up firing Spoelstra because he tried really hard there.
Of course.
So how that turned out. He's doing it now with Darvin Ham. I mean, talk to Mike Brown. Like, I mean, this is what he does, right? And I think my main issue with him all the way back, because I used to be a huge fan, like massive LeBron guy.
Really?
Way back to before Miami. I mean, even the first year of Miami, I was with him, and then I saw how he tried to embrace that stuff, and I'm like, I don't like you anymore. And it was the lack of accountability this guy has. It just drives me up the wall, man. There's a certain respect level you have to have for people who say, you know what, I screwed up, I messed up, I'm gonna eat that, I'm gonna own that, move forward to the next play and be better. But it's the blame game, it's the all that stuff about trying to spread it somewhere else and refusing to say I'm the GM, I kind of choose who's with me. And while they're not doing their job, we'll try somebody else. And then when that experiment doesn't work, I'm gonna go to another team. Lack of accountability, and it really. That, among other things about his ego and personality, really turned him lately. So
I've said it before, and I agree. Wait, to keep on your point right there, when you decided you weren't on with LeBron anymore, is that when you got your glasses? Is that when everything just seemed clearly? Clearly now, LeBron is gone.
I was pulling for that dude, man. I felt for everyone did. He was doing so much in Cleveland, and he never had a supporting. Mo Williams is an all-star, man. I mean, guys, the things he was doing in Cleveland was insane. And it was like, this guy just needs one more guy. One more guy. Then he went and got two, and not just two. He got one who was a top 5 player in the league, and then he got Bosh, who you don't shake a stick at. I mean, that changed the game. I know y'all been to
mute.
You play basketball at the YMCA. When that team starts stacking, it's so they're the bitches. Oh, okay. Well, those are the guys who are bitch made. It's the same thing, man. And from there, I'm like, it's really hard to like this. And, thank God for Dirk and what they did. Because it was,
thank God.
It was tough, man.
Thank God for JJ Barea.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I miss the LeBron that was playing football against the Detroit Pistons in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I miss that
straight.
LeBron.
That was
miss that
disgusting.
LeBron. And they asked Chauncey Billups, how come you didn't come in and back into the game in the fourth quarter? And he just said, I was tired. That's all he said. I was tired. LeBron had this grown man just say, you know what? I was tired, bro. Like, he broke their will. Detroit was over after that, and it was clear. It was LeBron ran the East forever after that until he went to LA.
Yeah.
My thing with him is that, and I'm completely with you, Jo, on that. My beef with him is all on the basketball court, and I want to get that clear too. I do say a lot about LeBron on here, and I want to keep it is on the basketball court. I have no idea what he's like outside the basketball court.
It doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter. So we're just talking about on the basketball court. It drives me nuts what he does on the basketball court. And the thing there's one. I'm going to give him one tiny little pass. And the reason I give him one tiny little pass is because it was the seed that grew that I don't think he saw coming is the American seed of heroes. And when he was in high school, when you're a kid and you got every camera in the world on you and you got documentaries getting made about you, you're the new king, you're on Sports Illustrated, you're being hyped up every single day, you're everything. And then you don't even go to college, and then you go to the NBA and you're the new king of the world, you're everything, right? They put him on that pedestal. Imagine your ego. Okay, just imagine. Now, do you have it in you from growing up that you can sort of push that away? Or is it just going to take over your whole body? And what happened with him, it seemed to just take over his whole body. And he started believing it all. And my thing is kids look up to these players. I remember how I looked up to Michael Jordan. He could do whatever he did, that was what was right. To me, if he was doing it, that was what was right. On the basketball court, whatever. So kids are looking up to LeBron, and now they see if he's doing it like this, and he's doing it like this, and doing it like this, he's their role model. And he's going to mold and shift these kids to this side. And that's going to take a long time to heal. So that's why I'm always like, LeBron's got to go. LeBron's got to go because we got to get these kids cleaned up.
Like A-Rod said, he got the best PR team in history. Yeah. A lot of people don't like LeBron because he's a politician, and he'll say things and do things for the image, for the just to be in the mix, for whatever. He has always got some kind of angle, right? Yeah. And it's very strange because, like J.O. was saying, he's spotless off the court, from what we can tell. From what we can tell, but when we just looking at his ways and actions as a basketball player, it's like, man, you won. I wouldn't leave you. I wouldn't leave you in my house for 5 minutes. I don't like this.
I wouldn't let him walk my dog if I had it.
Yeah, and so it's a strange, dichotomy right there, where it's like you a dirt dog as a basketball player, but you so stand up and spotless. So there's no trouble on this guy's thing. No trouble.
You know what it is?
How?
Inauthenticity, man.
Yes.
With Mike, Kobe, you know exactly what you're getting.
Iverson.
What did Mike say in The Last Dance? You're not to like me.
And he was crying. He was crying when he said it too.
Crying, passion. Kobe, I was the biggest killer. I'll tell you, I've hated Kobe since the second I saw him.
Yep. We all hated Kobe at one point, man. He was one hard to like dude, man.
The exact moment I can tell you I didn't like him. The dunk off. Started walking in, and you had this swag in his shoulders for his first time. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And from then on, it was beef his entire career. May he rest in peace. But you knew who he was, you knew what he was. And the more stories you hear from teammates, he had to pretend to be a nice guy.
It was legit.
He was about his business. The problem with LeBron is he wants to have the best of both worlds. He wants to be universally loved all the time, and he wants to also be able to do this politician shit and not have anything come back to him. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you an asshole and you take what comes with that, or you're the dude who's just a nice pushover guy, and hey man, I'm just happy to be here, Dwight Howard, whatever the case is. But he's trying to marry these two worlds, and it just comes off as inauthentic, man. Who are you really? And I don't know. 20 years later, I don't know who he is.
Yes, and that's crazy.
Boys, I'm starting to get a cramp. I mean, need to go. Popeye's talking about LeBron so much, so let's stop right now. I'm done. All right, I'm done. So we just need to get LeBron off here now. it's like poison. My Wi-Fi is starting to go down because like he's got some control over Wi-Fi, probably like the LeBron Corporation internet connection, some satellite. Like they're talking about you. All right, here we go. So we got a new segment, Jo, that we just started last show. It's called the Raps. The Raps, and basically it's a fictitious or it's a matchup against the Raptors, and I want to know who you got. Do you got them or do you got the Raps? All right, so this matchup we got right here, boys, this is a tough one. Here we go. All right, who do you got in this one? Okay, so this is the starting five. So the Raptors squad right now, who's on the floor, who just lost, by the way, in overtime. Yeah, they just lost.
Come on.
But that Raptors squad up against this starting five, who do you got? We got a point guard, we got Michael Jordan. Shooting guard, got Michael Jordan.
That's
got power forward, Michael Jordan.
That's you.
Center, and basically starting five, all Michael Jordan, being coached by Phil Jackson on Adderall. All right? Against these Raptors. Who do you got, boys? Who do you got, boys?
I can't even say the Raps because
I can't.
No, you have to, because that's the way the segment works.
The guy from what was it? Who drafted Sam Bowie?
Portland.
Second in the Portland. The general manager from Portland asked Bobby Knight, should we draft Michael Jordan? And they were like, Bobby Knight was like, yeah, but we need a center. And he's like, well, draft Michael Jordan and play him at center.
With all that being said, though, I'm still going with the Raps.
I mean, listen. All jokes aside, the Raptors do have a shot.
The Raps.
Mike's
exactly.
54, 55 now. So, I mean, if you put 57-year-old Michael Jordan's up on the court, it might be a one-score game, but the Raps should edge that out.
That's what I'm saying.
The Raps.
Let's go with
Michael Jordan. You shouldn't be in the league, man.
The Raps. All right, let's go around the NBA. Oh, we already did go around the NBA. So basically, it's the next game, boys. So let's end this off. So the next game, and it's against the New Orleans Pelicans. And it's in New Orleans. It's tomorrow, so it's the back-to-back. Yeah, and I just want to pause for a second that I have been working hard, and I'm going to throw it out here. Youngbleed. We've been speaking with Youngbleed, famous, one of my favorite rappers out of New Orleans, up to No Limit Records from back in the day. My balls and my word, how you do that there? I'm trying to get him on that episode. So, Youngbleed. You said probably you're gonna do it, so I'm putting you right here. Are we gonna do this? Let's do this. Young Bleed, man. All right. So, what do you boys want to see besides Young Bleed on that episode?
I want to see if the Raps can get Zion to do some intermittent fasting.
Yikes!
Because that boy is Jesus Christ, man. That dude needs to. Whew. Mm-hmm. He needs to lose a few, man, because it ain't pretty, man. The outlook in the crystal ball says 5 years and he's out.
Wow, that's generous. That's generous, man. That's generous.
With his body type and what he does, that is generous. Yeah.
The torque that guy plays with is dangerous as is, and then you're gonna add extra weight onto your knees, onto your joints. He's a Duke kid. We've been watching him since high school, since prep. We've been watching him dunk on guys, and he can't stay out of his own way, it sounds like. And it's really... He
can't even stay in his own shoes. Remember when he popped out of his shoes?
Blew them out. He's a freak of nature. And, I think some guys just don't have that work ethic, man. Dwight Howard had every God-given ability and talent, and then he hit the gym. So even before that, he was already gifted. Then he got big, and he just didn't have the work ethic. Vince Carter could jump out the gym and all the accolades you could want, and he just didn't have the work ethic. And I think Zion's he's falling into that category, man.
Which is sad. I was very excited when Zion came into the league. Yeah. Max P, what are you seeing? What do you want to see from this next game against the New Orleans Pelicans?
Hopefully, all the Pelicans drink the water out the tap out there, and they're sick for the game. Other than that, I think we're going to get beat up. The way they play, it doesn't match up well with the Raptors.
Don't make a prediction, though.
I'm not making a prediction. No
predictions.
We can get beat up and lose. And win the game. So, but it's gonna be a rough one, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can see CJ going off for 9 or 10 threes.
I can see Bi going off too.
Bi is nice, man.
Listen,
yeah, for sure.
He looks right now. He looks like he just got out of rehab. He does not care. He's gonna put up at least 50.
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah.
He does care, but he's just so laid back. It seems like he don't care.
Laid back.
But he's not a Wiggins though. Like he's in it though.
Yeah.
He cares, but it's his appearance he doesn't care about. He cares.
Yeah, his appearance is crazy laid
all
back.
that extra frilly stuff, he don't give a damn. Those are the guys you got to worry about. 45. You heard it here first.
All right, boys. Well, on that note, Jo, thank you so much for coming back on.
Sir.
If we'd get you on every episode, if we could, I really this would be the squad. But I understand life can get a little crazy. And by the way, speaking of life, my boy, this is way off topic. My boy Stello, he's a year and a half right now. His hair has gone crazy. Looks like Swayze right now, like just crazy. And I gotta bring him for his first haircut, and I'm bringing him to Cleve. So I don't know if yeah. So I went and checked Cleve yesterday. I don't go to Cleve anymore. So Cleve, if you're watching this right now, I admit we're still good. I come and check you. We're still good. It's just but Stello's coming in for his first haircut. I'm gonna get him one of those like reggaeton, one of those like what do you call it? The mullet right here, right?
Yeah.
And I get it lined up right here just to his eyebrows. Just straight line across right here, little fade right here, and just let it flow in the back. Oh man, it's just he's gonna go
You should get him a couple parts just for old time's sake, you know.
Yeah, send him to daycare with that haircut and no diapers. There you go. All right, boys, we'll talk.
Yeah, that's the eyebrow.
This is another episode of the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor podcast. And if you can hit like with your finger, do it now. If you can hit subscribe, do it now. And if you want to turn your frown upside down, do it now. And wherever you're listening to this podcast, make sure you tell your friends to do it too. Okay, bye-bye.